Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. YouTube, this is King B News and Views. With the video, it has definitely been a while since I made a video, uploaded a video. You know, there's a lot going on out there, and the energy was this real heavy energy. You know, I don't know if anyone else have been able to feel it, but I definitely had, and you know, I took a hiatus, if you will, a break from videos. From making videos, uploading videos, to even watching videos, watching other content creators' videos as well. I just needed to take a break, but it's a new day, feeling much lighter. That heaviness, that heavy feeling, that energy has passed. You know, and we're going to get into this, but I have a story that I'm going to read from Newsweek. USDA cuts school food program, list of states impacted. Now, Newsweek released this 23 hours ago, so I'm going to get into this and read this article, and let's see what they're talking about. I mean, it's a shame because, well, first off, it's not like the food is not. It's not like it's real good quality food that they're serving young ones, you know. But at the same time, you have a lot of families who are struggling. You have a lot of children who are struggling as a result, just to be able to eat good food. And the only meals that they receive is when they go to school. Right, so if they're cutting, if they're making cuts, this is not a good thing. You know, this is not a good thing. But let's get into this. Camera, and let's read. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, has eliminated over $1 billion in funding that helped bring local food to schools and food banks. The move, part of broader federal spending reductions, could impact millions of students and families nationwide. So not just schools, but food banks as well. You know, think of, again, the families that's out there that's struggling, right? As well as the people who are unhoused, you know, be it they live they're in shelters or they're out in the streets. You know, these days is not uncommon when you're out and about to see young people, children, young adults, you know, adults, senior citizens out there. You know, and I don't understand with all of this money that's being dished out to other countries to fund their wars, right? And to help sustain other countries and nations. And meanwhile, you have people here that need help, that can use that would benefit off that, you know. And this money that's being dished out, is not just for example, when Ukraine was getting all that money. And listen, you look into it and do the research. Every single year, this government sends out massive amount of monies to certain countries. Every year, right? Do your research on that one. I know I got a video somewhere in my videos where I've talked about that that information, you know. And by the way, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, check out my content. And if you like what you're hearing, if my message resonate with you, you know, go ahead and click that subscribe button and give the video a like, and you know, and let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. But let's finish. Let me finish reading this. Why it matters. The Local Food and Schools Cooperative Agreement Program LFS program, which allocates approximately $660 million for schools and child care centers to purchase food from local farms, has been cut for 2025. Additionally, the USDA has discontinued the Local Food Purchase Assistance Cooperative Agreement Program, which provides $500 million to food banks per The Guardian. So what to know? The USDA announced funding for the affected programs last year. States were informed last week that the agreements would be terminated following a 60-day notification period. Nonprofit School Nutrition Association said the change will pull free meals away from 12 million U.S. students. Wow. So which states will be impacted? The impact of these cuts will vary by state depending on their reliance on the LFS program. States that had integrated these funds into their operational plans for school meal programs and food banks will face significant challenges. According to USDA, the following states have signed with USDA on the Local Food for Schools Cooperative Agreement Program. And those states are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. My goodness. Wow. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey, in a press release, criticized the elimination of funding, highlighting its negative impact on local families and farmers. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have declared that feeding children and supporting local farmers are no longer priorities and is just the latest terrible cut with real impact on families across Massachusetts, said Healey. There was nothing appropriate about it. Trump and Musk are continuing to withhold essential funding in violation of court orders, and our children, farmers, and small businesses are bearing the brunt of it. If I'm not mistaken, it's going off of memory. Wasn't it just a few years ago when the government had the farmers get rid of their crops? You know, the farmers was dumping gallons and gallons of milk and destroying their own crops and culling their chickens and whatever, and they came out speaking. The farmers came out speaking about this and sharing this information, saying that they was forced to do so. So this has been going on. The setup has been taking place, and this has been going on for a long time. This isn't something that's just starting. And as far as Donald Trump goes, and Elon Musk, who you do have to wonder who's really running the show, who's really in control and calling the shots, right? And for all those of you out there, I mean, I don't know. You got to start thinking, you know, because anybody who sits in that chair, as far as president of the corporation, or what you call president of the United States, if you don't know by now, you should know. United States is a corporation, right? And has been a corporation since the 1930s, right after what, the Great Depression, right? The IRS moved in, a privately owned corporation, right? Okay, so who do you think they're taking orders? They have their orders. They're puppets on the string. You think that's something going to change because Donald Trump is in office? I don't know about that, but let's continue. Why are federal programs being cut? The USDA's decision is under President Donald Trump's broader effort to reduce federal spending and downsize government programs. Under Elon Musk's cost-cutting Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, DOGE, the administration has also imposed new tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, which have affected U.S. markets, where we was already going through this inflation, and that's just making it worse. It's making it worse, right? But if they're doing this, what's the plan? Are they going to put, if they're cutting school funding, right, and eliminating free food in schools and food banks, right? Are they going to take the money and put money into in the hands of the mothers and the fathers out there with children? Are they going to put money in the hands of the mothers and the fathers so that they can feed their children? Now, if they're going to do that, okay, now we're talking. But if they're not going to turn around and take that money and put it in the hands of the mothers and fathers so they can feed their children and keep their children and the family fed, then this is a huge problem, right? So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen, or if there's an actual plan, right? If they're doing this, take that money and put that money in the hands of mothers and fathers and families. Put something in place to where they have to, when they receive this money, the money have to go to feeding the children. Have to be spent, a certain way, right? Have a plan. Have some type of plan. Put that money in the hands of the mothers and fathers who are out here struggling to keep their families fed, keep their children fed. Because again, you have a lot of children, young people, who that's the only meal that they're getting for the day, is when they go to school, breakfast and lunch, right? Let's continue. How will schools and food banks be impacted? The decision could cause disruptions across the school meal system and local food banks. Some school nutrition teams may struggle to maintain current meal programs without LFS funding, and food banks that relied on USDA-backed local purchasing agreements may be forced to reduce operations or cut food assistance programs. The SNA has launched a nationwide advocacy campaign against the cuts, urging Congress to restore funding. According to a press release, school meal programs are already operating on tight budgets and will struggle to meet federal nutritional standards without additional support. These proposals will cause millions of children to lose access to free school meals at a time when working families are struggling with rising food costs, SNA President Shannon Gleave said, and that's the truth. The USDA maintains that other existing agreements will remain active for the duration of their performance periods, but advocates argue that the loss of these programs will have lasting consequences for food security in schools and communities. And that's the end of that article. So, again, what's the plan? Do they have a plan in place? I say, if they're doing this, take that money and put that money in the hands of the people. Put it in the hands of the mothers and the fathers, that they can take care of their families, right? Because this is not something that's happening now. This has been going on if you're paying attention. Inflation, they've been targeting schools. A lot of good programs and arts programs and music programs have been cut years ago, right? So these things have been taking place. But again, I guess we have to wait and see. Do they have an actual plan? Or are, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, whichever one is running the show? Some people opinion that Elon Musk is really the one running the show, but who knows? They just going to keep going around making cuts, eliminating jobs, or do they actually have an actual plan? Right? What are the people? We the people. How are we going to benefit from? How are the people going to benefit from all of this that's going on? What's the plan? What's the end result? Right? My opinion is this, and I've been saying it. I've said it before in most of my videos. We're going to have to come together. We're going to have to come together. We're going to have to support each other as in our communities, and especially in families, right? Especially my melanated brothers and sisters out there. We have been under these spells, suffering from amnesia. Really, we have forgotten who we are, don't know who we are. Still, a lot of us still don't know who we are. And we have been conditioned to live separately, right? To live separately. Everybody out for themselves. Everybody just want to do them. No one don't want to come together and support each other. Be a family, right? Help each other out. Stick together. If we don't wake up and if we don't get back to that, we got some dark times ahead, because we can't depend on this so-called government, right? Which is a corporation. And when it comes to politics, there's a lot that's going on, a whole lot that's going on, right? There are pieces on the chessboard that right now, as I'm making this video, recording this video, there are certain pieces on the chessboard that most do not know about, information that I've come across a few months back. But like I said, I had to take a hiatus away from making videos for a while, but I'm back now, right? And I got some information that most do not know about, okay? And so I got plans. I've been had plans to release certain information, but I had to take a hiatus for a while. But I'm back at it, and I got some information. And look, when I talk about it, I'm just sharing the information. I leave it up to you to decide and come up to do your own research and make your own conclusions. Okay, real important, right? There's a player on the chessboard that still most do not know about. Okay, right? And I'm going to make a video about this individual, right? This individual owns the right to the American flag. Okay? And like I said, most don't even know about it at all. And I'm going to have a video coming up talking about this. All right? But that's it for this video. I'm going to end it here, cut it short. This is King B News and Views with another video. Stay tuned. You're going to want to stay tuned for this information. All right? I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to my subscribers. I have seen that I got some new subscribers. Shout out to you. Like I said, I had to take a break, a hiatus for a while, and kind of get some things straight, about myself. We all going through it, but I'm back now. I'm stronger. I'm better than ever. And I will be dropping more content. So shout out to my subscribers. If you're not subscribed, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you heard, and go ahead and check out the rest of my content. If you're digging the content, if my message resonate with you, go on and subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Hit that notification bell. Make sure to you hit that notification bell to all, so you'll be notified whenever I release new content. Be safe out there. Love yourself unconditionally. Keep your loved ones close, right? Protect the women and children at all costs. They are under attack, right? Be careful out there. communicate with each other, come together and have talks. Make sure you can do it at dinner time. Sit down at the table, or wherever you sit at to eat in your household, and just have real conversations and talk about what's going on, and talk about your plans. Have multiple plans. You got to have more than one plan, right? And stay up to date with what's going on currently, current events, so that way you'll be able to tweak your plans out, right? And stay prepared, right? And if you're not prepared, you better get prepared, because there's a lot of storms out there in more ways than one. And that's all I got out to you. Shout out to each and every one of you. King B, I'm gone. Peace.